Roger de Sá has bagged himself yet another high-profile national team coaching job. This time, he's heading to the country that successfully hosted the 2022 FIFA World Cup, Qatar. De Sá has signed a 3.5-year contract with the Middle Eastern country. There, the 58-year-old will team up with his longtime colleague and friend Carlos Queiroz. The two Mozambique-born mentors are coming together for their 5th national team assignment, having led Bafana Bafana in the 2002 AFCON, Portugal at the 2010 World Cup, Egypt at the 2022 AFCON, and Iran in that Qatar showpiece. The former Orlando Pirates boss joins me now to talk about his next adventure. A very good morning to you, Coach. Thank you so much for your time. Firstly, congratulations for getting this new job. I mean, the last time you and I had a conversation, I was asking you if you'd be gravitating a little closer to home, maybe getting one of the jobs here back home, but you were very tight-lipped about it, saying that, you know what, the future will tell when the future does tell, and here it is. It has indeed told. So well done on getting this job, Coach. But why Qatar? Why this assignment?
Firstly, good morning to everybody, and great to be back and having a chat with you, and great to be home too, but not for a very long time. But yeah, look, this is it will probably be a massive job for us. We got, it's a country that doesn't have a massive population, but they've got massive ambitions, and they really want to achieve things, and hopefully we can sort of steer them the right way. They hosted a fantastic World Cup, and I'm sure you know that, and I think they want to go further than that. They want to compete. They want to be a part of the world football. And we've got to try and qualify the team for the next World Cup.
What's your mandate, Coach?
There's no real mandate at all. I think with any national team, you just want to qualify to the next big tournament. And this time around is obviously the next World Cup in the USA. And they hosted it, and now they want to be in it. So obviously we've got to try and do our best to try and qualify Qatar for the next one.
Carlos has really partnered up with you for 2 decades now, it's been, and it's been successful, I think some might say. Bafana Bafana, as well as you guys did there. Portugal at the World Cup may not have achieved perhaps some of the goals that they wanted to there. Egypt going all the way to the final of last year's AFCON. Iran going back to yet another World Cup and, having one of those very positive results against Wales. So you guys have really had an incredible partnership so far. What is it about the Queiroz-de Sá partnership that firstly you keep investing in every time he calls you, and that we see the results that we do? What is it that you guys are doing together?
Look, he's the boss. I think you've got to ask him about that more than me. But he's the only guy I've assisted in my whole career. I've never been an assistant coach to anybody else. So I think I know what an assistant needs, what an assistant can do, and I know what a head coach needs from an assistant. I think that's one advantage that I've got. And I think we just have similar thinking lines about football and the way the game should be played and how to play it and the way to go about it with the players. And I think the challenges are massive every time, different countries, different cultures. It's been a fantastic journey, as you can imagine. But look, Carlos is a hard guy to work for. He's very demanding. He's a perfectionist, as you can imagine. You look at his record throughout his massive career. So I'm just happy to be a part of it and be trustworthy and to be his right hand throughout all these different countries and different projects. It's been a fantastic learning experience, as you can imagine. But I think it's gone beyond the learning. I think it's now sort of just getting down to work every time and putting down what I know, what he knows, and hopefully that's good enough to take us to the next one.
Coach, you have an incredible CV, if I may say so myself, both at club and international level. You know how to take football clubs to continental showpieces, to the finals of continental showpieces. You now also know how to coach in a World Cup. Will we ever see Roger de Sá as a head coach of perhaps a European team or an African giant team himself? You've said that, this is the first man and the only man that you've ever assisted. You've always been a head coach. Are we going to see you now transitioning into a head coach of a national team one day yourself?
I'll be honest with you, Maureen, I'm not the one to plan too far ahead. I always think of the job at hand and try and do my best at what I'm doing. And that's my next 3.5 year sort of ambition right now. I'm not thinking too far ahead after this. It is a big contract, a big job to do. So after that, who knows? You never know. I mean, when I started playing for Morocco Swallows or whatever, I never thought I'd be be coaching Ronaldo or being involved with with Portugal or Egypt or whatever. It just happens that way. Wherever the road takes us, we go and we do the best we can. But I've never been one to plan too far ahead. And, even there was a time I never thought I'd be with Orlando Pirates in the African Cup final. I mean, that was something else as well. So every little chapter has some fantastic stories, and then you never know where it's going to take us. I'm just very grateful to have been where I've been and have enjoyed every step of the way.
Just before I let you go, Coach, I'm going to steal a couple seconds from you now just to ask about how your family has been dealing with all of the changes in your life. And I mean, you are able to take on these opportunities because you would have sat your family down and had these very important conversations about this is where I'm going with my journey, this is what I'm looking to achieve, and they've been right behind you, supporting you. Are they going to be with you in Qatar, or how is it going to be working out with you and your family?
Yeah, obviously you've got to have a tight-knit family to do what I do, and I'm very fortunate that I've got a wife that backs me every step of the way, and this time around she's going to have to join me in Qatar. It's a long time. It's not just a quick sort of 3-month stint like I did in Iran for the World Cup. But they're very keen to have the family over. That's part of the deal. They want the family over. So of course, we'll be doing the big track over soon. I leave tomorrow, but the rest will follow soon. And I've got some very supportive kids and almost like fans, and they're good to have. And it's very important to have a very close-knit family around you to support you and keep you going, especially during those times that you don't see home for a long, long time. So, yeah, looking forward to it. They're looking forward to it. So let's see how that goes.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us here on eNCA this morning, and please do fly the South African flag high out there, even though it is Qatar that you're going to be leading. That is the newly appointed Qatar coach, Roger de Sá. Of course, he is flying out to the Middle East country where he's now going to be beginning his next journey.